K Black Boxing. Just coming to you with a quick video. Well, Anthony Joshua says he would like to meet Deontay Wilder face to face. Him and Fury. That article is written on boxing.com, man. It's BS. He don't want to meet Wilder face to face. You know, he says he's not a man of trash talk. He'd rather do his face to face. Well, he had an opportunity to actually meet Deontay Wilder face to face. Remember, Deontay Wilder was actually going to go and commentate the fight you had with Parker, and he was going, if you would have won, which you did, he's going to come in the ring and come to you face to face and, tell you about yourself, promote the fight, get some publicity behind it. He even said that the fight didn't even have to be next, but he said it still would have been okay just to promote the fight whenever the fight was going to be made, but you got, basically lawyered up, and you got restraining orders, and you got, high-tech security and police involved, and Deontay Wilder didn't show. And it ended up being a Deontay Wilder show anyway. One thing you can say about Deontay Wilder, months ago, many people said that Deontay Wilder wasn't known. Not only could he not fill out a stadium in its own country, y'all said he couldn't even fill out in his own state, right? Look at it now, months later. Deontay Wilder is the most talked about fighter in boxing. How do y'all, in the words of my brother coach, Sheldon Harrison, how are you going to explain this? And shout out to my brother, by the way. Subscribe to my brother, man. And subscribe to everybody else in the LGBC as well. The thing is, with hard work and dedication, and when you got some real true fans behind you and putting your name out there, you're going to get that recognition, man. And for you fighters, man, if you guys are tired of being your promoter talking for you, your promoter all in front of the cameras, all in front of the videos, well, drop those promoters, man. Get the LDBC behind you. We will promote you, and you will be a top fighter. It's just the facts. And if you don't believe it, like I just said, months ago, everybody said all these things about Deontay Wilder. Look at it now. Y'all can't tell me the LDBC don't be moving, man. Joshua don't want to meet Wilder face to face. Okay, I know he continued to tell him to mention Fury. Even after he beat Parker, he said he want to fight Wilder or Fury next. Of course, they would like to fight Fury because they believe they believe Fury is less threatening because he had a long layoff, and it's gonna give him some time to gonna take some time for him to get back into rare form. So and it's domestic, so they think they just looking at the revenue what it's gonna generate. But to be honest, Joshua versus Wilder is going to be bigger than Fury versus Joshua anyway. And if I'm going to go a step further, even if Wilder versus Fury is going to be bigger, it's not going to be big unless Deontay's name is involved in it anyway. You can now you can go ESPN.com, Dan Raphael. He says that he don't believe that the Joshua and Wilder fight is going to be made next because the game being played by Joshua and Eddie Hearn. And I agree with that, man. You can read the article on ESPN, and he said he believes that not only does Wilder want to fight, but he wants to fight next, and he's even willing to travel to the UK to get the fight done. We all been saying it. Wilder himself has said it. He just want a fair shake, man. Yeah, he said that no matter what you offer, he would take it as long as you all take it on the other side. If Wilder beats you, he'll take whatever, even if it's 10%. He said he would took it, beat you, because he got he got enough confidence in his skills that he can beat. He said in a rematch, yeah, I take that. But they didn't agree with that. So Dan Raphael believe it's a joke because of the damn offer that it been offered. Everybody believe it. It's a fight that can be possibly making 100 million or more between the two. Everyone knows that it's a high generated fight. Even if it doesn't generate that much, it's gonna be still a high percentage. So who the hell would take a flat fee of 12.5 and we give you 87.5? Man, come on, ain't nobody finna go through that, man. So I'm glad that everyone is seeing through the smoke screens, man. That's all it is. A bunch of lies. Not only is Eddie Hearn contradicting himself, now AJ's contradicting himself. And everybody over here sees it, man. And I'm glad that they are finally backing the only American heavyweight champion. And he's been the only heavyweight champion since I don't know how long. You know, all these guys, they try to promote everybody, man. They try to promote, what I mean is, in America, I remember HBO wouldn't even fucking mention Wilder name. They try to promote guys like Brian Jenkins, Seth Mitchell, especially Chris Arreola. They even try to fucking promote guys like the Irish Mike Perez, Kevin Johnson, all these guys, man, right? Because they was looking for a heavyweight that can possibly go against Klitschko's or whatever the case may be, right? But it just never worked. When I seen Deontay Wilder, I knew that he was outlast all of those guys, man. Because he actually got the fighter's build. Yes, he is built more like a basketball player, but that's all agility. He's long, he's rangy, he got power. I knew, like, man, even though he's not the most technically sound, so what? I knew that he would outlast every last one, and that's what he did, man. They gave Chris Arreola shot after shot after shot. He lost to Vitaly Klitschko. Then he fought Bemarian Stavern to try to get another shot at the WBC. He lost. Klitschko retired Vitaly. And guess what? He had to fight Bemarian Stavern again. Stavern beat his ass again. And it took Deontay Wilder to whoop Stavern ass to take that belt. And he's been having it ever since. Nobody had took the belt from him. He fought the man who fought the man. All right? It is what it is. You know, he got the title. They can hate on it all y'all want. But he didn't fight for scrap titles. He actually fought for guys, you know? He fought the guy who had the damn title. He beat him, and it is what it is. And ever since then, he has been on the spree, all right? He just beat Ortiz, the most talented heavyweight for skills that the heavyweight has to offer in this time. He got him. And he went through a scare. Ortiz did everything he could possibly do to try to beat the guy. And he withstood all that, and he still got the knockout. And that's what it is, man. At the end of the day, like Tyson Fury said himself, from the beginning of the first round to the last second of the last round, he is dangerous. And it'll take one shot. That's all it takes. He can go anywhere above the shoulders. If it lands on you, it don't have to be flush. It could be, as y'all say, a slap punch, whatever y'all want to call it. It could be an arm punch. It doesn't matter. If that man Deontay Wilder connect with anything above the goddamn shoulders, if you don't go down, your body gonna be so discombobulated that he's gonna storm on you, and you're eventually gonna go down. And he might even just knock your ass flat out. And as he say, he might even catch a body. Read the article on ESPN, man. Written by Dan Raphael. It's a good article. We need to back our American fighters, man. Deontay Wilder represents us. And he shouldn't be ridiculed for actually wanting to be the best. He is the best, but he want to prove. Since you motherfuckers are still talking shit about him, he want to prove. Let me get all those titles. And then, that's the reason why a lot of people don't want him to get the title, because at that point, there's nothing else that can be said. Nobody can, at that point, if he has all the titles, IBF, WBC, WBA, WBO, Ring Magazine, as well as the damn IBO, which is a minor title. If he has all those titles, right, there's nothing else can be said. Y'all can't tell you. Listen, all that bomb, windmill, all that stupid dumb shit will have to be thrown out the window because at that time, y'all will have to look up and say, "Goddamn, he is the king of the heavyweights, man." He already believe it anyway. Many of us already believe it. He just need Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua, he only need fucking listen. He only need a couple minutes of your time, man. That's all he need. It ain't gonna last so long anyway. I'm giving you 3 rounds. Okay, so from the time you for your ring walk and his ring walk, so both of you guys getting announced by Michael Buffer. Both of you guys getting before that, both of you guys getting y'all national anthems sung. Michael Buffer, you know, running down your accolades, running down your titles and all of that. Voila. In 3 rounds tops, before you get your fucking head knocked off your shoulders. We only need about maybe 30 minutes of your time. That's all we need, man. We don't need you to be there more than 30 minutes. So instead of talking about you want to meet them face to face, which is a lie, how about this? Meet them face to face inside the goddamn ring. Y'all settle it for once. And if you lose, guess what? You can get a rematch. How about that? You can get your ass knocked out again. He'll knock you out, wake your ass up and say, let's do this 3 months again and knock your ass out again. How about that, okay? If you're not talking about that, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear no fans on that stupid ass bandwagon. All of it smoke screens. Everybody see through it. We know it's nothing but games. If you're not gonna fight the man, shut the fuck up and try to fight the Jarrell Millers and the fucking Povetkin's of the world. And don't be surprised. Don't be surprised because the WBC clean boxing program, you got to get extensively checked out to make sure you ain't juicing. Those other organizations don't have that. So don't be surprised. Like I said, Povetkin is backed by a billionaire. So don't be surprised if the fight even takes place in Russia. And you're going to be juiced to the gills. And don't be surprised you're going to end up like the Hampus. You might be trying to duck one fighter, and it still might happen to you. You might think you catch a Tyson Fury on the back end. Let him get those 3 or 4 fights in. And he might box your ears off as well. He already told Deontay Wilder, hey, don't knock him out. I want that 50 million. People see you, man. So go ahead and get get your head knocked off, man. Nobody gonna say nothing to you about you. At least you fought the man. Man, it's K Black Boxing, man. Like, comment, subscribe, shout out to the whole LDBC, man. Subscribe to everybody in the LDBC as well. Subscribe to the Smoke City Podcast, man.